Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is another weigh update. So this is weighing, the first weighing of 2017, and I went to my usual group, which I wasn't sure if I was going to go actually, because I'm not at work this week. So I was thinking about should I go somewhere else, but I decided in the end to go to the group that I usually do. So I'll get straight into what I weighed. So as you can see here, I'm 13.13 and I lost £1.5 pounds. So yeah, I was really pleased. I don't know, after last week I wasn't really sure what I was going to sort of weigh. I thought it could go either way really, and even though I had like the whole of Christmas, I was like, not too bad. I've had quite a number of days where it has been really kind of horrific food wise. I've had a Chinese takeaway on one evening, which I didn't really have any control over. I said that, you know, what I'm eating when I'm at home, I'm trying to be reasonably good, but this was at someone else's house, and we sort of probably picked like really sweet ones. Like we had sweet and sour chicken, Hong Kong style, various different things. I think I took a picture actually, so I'll try and put a picture somewhere around here. I'm not sure which side. There might well be a picture anyway. So I had that pork in black bean. What else was there? This kind of, it was like sweet and sour, but it was spicy, but it wasn't kombu. I don't think it was that one. It was, I can't remember exactly what it was called, but yeah, so I had that. There was also a prawn dish, but I didn't have that in the end. I'm not a great lover of prawns, like from a Chinese. I don't know, I always worry I might get food poisoning or something. I don't know, I'm a bit weird about fish and seafood, so I don't generally eat that when I go out or when I have takeaway. I can't remember what else we had. Oh, we had chicken in yellow bean sauce, which I really like. That was with cashew nuts as well. Boiled rice, egg fried rice, special fried white rice, prawn toast. Oh, to start as well, we had spare ribs, and we had duck, you know, with the cucumber, and I think it's something else, I can't remember, in the pancake thing. So that was really good, and we had some vegetable spring rolls. So all in all, that meal was quite bad really. And then for dessert I had, well, I kind of really didn't need it, but I had flake cake. It was a birthday cake because it was my partner's birthday, so we went round to his sister-in-law, to his sisters, and had cake as well. And yeah, I felt really sick afterwards. I didn't eat all the cake either. I don't know if it's a combination of all the Chinese food and the chocolate cake on top, but I'm finding like the more sweet stuff I eat, the more I kind of feel really sick afterwards. I don't know if it's something to do with Slimming World or what I've been having, but that's what I'm kind of finding at the moment. So yeah, never mind, that was a lesson. I think I'll try and put the pictures all up if I can. What else? Most of the time my food has sort of been okay, apart from that day when it was pretty horrific. New Year's Eve I went round and saw my father-in-law because it was his last night before he was flying back to Australia. So we hadn't planned to stay actually, we just popped over just to have a cup of tea, but before we knew it we were like sitting at the table playing cards, and then the wine came out, and and then Matt's cousin brought out some food that he'd been cooking, so it was like nibbles, party food, that sort of thing. So he started off with like kind of like mozzarella and jalapeno breaded things, and chicken nugget type things, and all sorts really. Cheese rolls, you know, like they're like sausage rolls, but instead of the sausage, the cheese. So we had all that, and then he brought out another kind of selection, and this was all sweet stuff. So there was like eclairs, there was like Rice Krispie squares, some party rim biscuits, all that sort of thing, and oh, chocolate chip biscuits as well. might I say, I had a couple of the biscuits and I felt really sick as well again after that. So I think my body's definitely telling me that I should stay away from too much kind of sweet stuff. You know, it's very strange. I never used to have this problem, but I definitely think that since doing Slimming World, it's obviously kind of, you know, too much sweet stuff, and I start to feel very kind of a bit worse for wear. So never mind. So then New Year's Day I had planned actually to start back straight away onto Slimming World, but I was meant to have my dad and my friend over. I think I told you in my last video, over for New Year's Eve, but because we were over with my father-in-law, that didn't actually happen. So I had all the food that I'd bought, we had to eat on New Year's Day. So that was basically more kind of buffet type food, and we kind of felt really full afterwards with that. But we literally only had the buffet food. I made sure that I had some vegetables with it as well. So we had, like, to start with, we did roasted aubergines and roasted sweet potato wedges, and then we had, I can't quite remember exactly what order it was all in, but just trying to think. There was like these pork and fruit Wellington parcels, and we had cranberry and brie filo pastry tarts, you know, very tiny little small ones. So Yorkshire pudding with the beef, onion and horseradish as well. I got these little pies. There was two different pies. They were like beef steak pies, and the other one was chicken, and they were very tiny, about sort of that sort of size. There's like loads of, you know, party food. I'll try and put pictures again if I can. Oh, there was these prawn things as well. That you got like a prawn selection, and there's like 3 different types of prawn selections. They were kind of like in, I don't know if they were in like potato or something. I don't really know, or pastry or something. But they were actually quite good. I didn't get anything like samosas or anything like that. It was like pretty much it really. So anyway, I tried to have a little bit of vegetable with it as well, because I didn't want any issues. With the last time I had like party food, I couldn't go to the toilet for like the next day, or a couple of days later I couldn't. So I thought if I put some veg in, I'll be okay. So I think I did that. I think I might have had like a green smoothie as well in the morning, which probably would have helped. So yeah, that was really good. And really, other than that, I haven't been really over. I mean, obviously we've been having Christmas pudding, which we've actually finished. We finished the last lot yesterday, so that's done and out of the way. But other than that, because I didn't buy that much to begin with, we don't really have a hell of a lot left over. We've only got, like, I bought some cheese that we were going to have with the buffet, but that'll get eaten over the next couple of weeks. But whether I'll have that much of it, I'm not really sure. But my partner's quite into cheese anyway, so he'll probably eat that. Yeah, that's kind of it really. It's not, food wise, it's not, I haven't really stuck to plan or anything, but it was, you know, I did the best I could. You know, it's kind of not easy over Christmas and New Year, because you end up eating a lot of food that you probably necessarily wouldn't really eat, and you know, but it's nice because I enjoyed it. So yeah, so I stayed for group tonight. My friend came with me as well, and she's joined Slimming World. And yeah, the group wasn't how it usually is. She went through like the whole plan with everybody at group, so that was basically what it was about. So we didn't go around and say how much we'd lost or gained or anything like that this week, but it was quite good, you know, go through the plan. You might learn the odd thing or two that you didn't realise, because she'd never explained it to me. It's always, when I first went, it was a different consultant that was covering her, so it was quite nice seeing how she did it. We also got this book, which I'm not really too sure what it is. I haven't had a chance to read it, but I think it might have, I think it's got a couple of recipes in here, and yeah, it's got a few recipes in here which might be quite interesting. So we got that, and I also picked up a couple of recipe books as well. I picked up this one. I gave this away, actually. I had one of these, and I thought that Matt's cousin would really like it, so I gave that to him. So I've placed it and got another one. And I also picked up this book, which is the Fake Away one. So I've not had a look through any. I think my friend had a quick look through, but I don't know. I mean, from what I can tell, it seems quite good. She's got a recipe here for chicken nuggets. That's very appealing to me, that is. So I'm going to have a look through that, and maybe when I do my meal planning for next week, I might do a few of those recipes, or maybe one. I don't want to do too many in one go, because at the moment I film like loads of recipes, but none of them have been edited. So obviously when I do a recipe, I like to film it. So I'm doing a recipe today and tomorrow, which is, and you have to put it in the fridge overnight basically. So that'll be another recipe to all the other recipes that I've filmed. So I have to get on with my editing really, but yeah, so I'll have to have a look through those books really before I kind of say what I'm going to cook from them. So yeah, that's kind of it really. There was loads and loads of new people at group, because I think like New Year and everyone sort of comes, you know, their New Year's resolution is to lose every bit of weight they've put on. So it's kind of nice, and there's a lot of old faces that kind of came and then they just left, and I don't know what happened to them, but it was really, really nice seeing those as well come back. So there was an awful lot of people that had left, sort of, so it was really good. Yeah, so that's kind of it. So I'm kind of back on it now. Well, I never really was off it really, but I do feel really proud of myself anyway that I've managed to lose. Which last week I was not sure that was going to happen, because I really couldn't tell. It's very difficult when you're weighing yourself at home and at different times. It's very difficult to tell, but I'm very pleased about that. And I will probably won't do an update now until I think Wednesday. I think it's going to be Wednesday because I'm working. So Wednesday I think I'm off. I think I am. So I will do an update for you all then. So thank you for watching, and oh, thank you for all the lovely comments as well that I got last week. So let me know if how you're all doing, and if you've joined Slimming Well maybe, or maybe you joined another kind of weight loss group. I don't know. Let me know, and tell me what your New Year's resolutions are as well down below as well. I think mine is probably to try and lose a couple of stone maybe. Or just a stone, I don't know. Maybe a bit optimistic stone too, because I'm a very slow loser. Maybe between 1 and 2 we'll say this year. So I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.